So while this outfit combo might make me look like a grandma, I just want to put out there that one, my room is pretty cold right now, and two, I really don't care. Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that I am planning on reading in July. To be honest, this video is already a bit of a lie because I'm only going to share with you like 4 or 5 books that I have on my list to read in July that I will hopefully get to, and anything else that I manage to read if I get past these 5 will just be like mood reads, so might read more, might read less. I feel like TBRs are always like pretty subjective anyway, so who knows? But anyway, the first book that I want to share with you is the one that I'm currently in the middle of reading right now, and that is Arusha and the Song of Death by Roshni Chakshi, or really just like the Arusha / Pandava series as a whole. I read the first book in this series a couple years ago when it first came out, and since then I have both of the other books. There's up to book 3 now, I think, and I have yet to read them. So I randomly just decided that I would start reading it, and it's so good so far. I forgot how absolutely hilarious these books are. If you don't know anything about this series, I always describe it as Percy Jackson but with Hindu mythology. They read really similarly with the humor and the journeys and quests they have to go on. It's just that this one is all about Hindu mythology, and it centers around Aru and her sisters, who are not technically related, but they are all reincarnations of the Pandava brothers. So they have to go on journeys and quests to save the world, and you learn about Hindu mythology in the process. And it's not only super educational, but it's super funny, and it's just a great adventure. So highly recommend if you like Rick Riordan's writing. Definitely hop on this, you will not regret it. I'm in the middle of the Song of Death right now, and I'm planning on reading the Tree of Wishes this month as well, so I can just like finally finish the series, which is something I never do with series, so I'm really excited to do that with this one. So then the third book that I have planned to read this month is one that I just recently picked up the other day, and that is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown, because this book has been everywhere recently. Oh my god. I've seen so many people rave about this book recently that I like had to pick it up. There was no way I wasn't gonna pick this up because it's a fantasy for one, and two, it just looks great. I'm so excited to read this. So this was one of those books that was like super hyped up, but I don't know anything about it. What I do know is that I'm pretty sure there's some kind of like enemies to lovers or enemies to friends to romance sort of thing happening in this book, and so that's like an auto buy for me, so I'm excited to get to that. So the next 2 books that I want to read this month I don't have physically with me, but I am going to talk about them anyway. So the first of which is Felix Ever After by Kacen Callender, which I have heard so much about over the past few weeks, and I am so excited and eager to get to this one. First of all, this cover is freaking gorgeous, and I need to have this book in my hands right now. But second, I've also heard a lot about Kacen Callender's writing, which I'm super excited to finally read. This story in particular is about Felix Love, who is a Black trans artist, and his dad is supportive but doesn't really fully understand him, and he feels like he can only find refuge in his best friend. One day somebody posts photos of Felix's dead name as well as photos of him pre-transition in the school's lobby, and he wants to find out who did it. The synopsis then says, Felix's plot to get revenge throws him onto the path of love and self-discovery, concepts he's been anxious about for as long as he can remember. This just sounds like a really touching contemporary with a lot of relevant issues these days, and I'm very, very excited to finally read it after hearing so many other people rave about it for so long. So the last book that I have on my July TBR list for right now is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, which I have been wanting to get to for so long now. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know that I absolutely adore Elizabeth Acevedo and her writing. Her writing is so beautiful and it just takes you to another place. I love it so much. So if you haven't read, first off, The Poet X, get your hands on that immediately. Either the book or the audiobook. The audiobook is amazing. It made me cry so many times. Also, I read With the Fire on High not too long ago, and it was just as great. I probably like The Poet X more, but With the Fire on High, it was really unique, and I loved it so much. So first off, if you haven't read those, go get them and read them. But I've heard so many good things about Clap When You Land as well that I'm so excited to read it. This book is about 2 girls, one who's in the Dominican Republic and one who is in New York City, and they actually have the same father, but they don't know each other. So the father is flying from New York, I'm assuming, to the Dominican Republic, and the plane crashes, so he dies. And they have to not only cope with their father's loss, but also the fact that he's been keeping secrets, and they don't know that the other exists. So they don't know that he has two daughters in two different places. While it sounds intense and like it's going to make me bawl my eyes out, I'm really excited for it because I love, love, love her writing. I've never been disappointed by one of her books, and I highly doubt that this one will be the one to do that to me. So those are the 5 books that I'm planning on getting to in July. I will probably, hopefully, end up reading more than this, but these are the 5 that I'm going to start with. If you've read any of these books or you have reading plans for July that you want to share, go ahead and leave it down below because I would love to either get new books to read or hear some of your great reviews about these books so that I can get even more excited before I read them. So definitely let me know in the comments. Other than that, I think that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. All of my social medias are in the description below, so make sure to check those out if you want to follow me there. And I'll catch you later. Goodbye!